Hey guys, hope everyone had a good week. I threw out my back, so I'm in a heinous amount of pain and on many painkillers. But I hope everyone else had a good week. And it's hard to believe we're almost at the end of the semester here. It looks like everyone covered views and a lot of the stuff we did this week. It seems like there's not really a whole lot more to talk about, so I figured I would go through a function that I noticed that might be useful. It's in the next chapter. Um, it is concatenate. So this is something I use in a lot of my programming classes when you're dealing with strings, but it's kind of useful here because we can combine things that we want to combine together into new columns. And I'll give you an example here. I actually have the output down here already, but the query that I created was select. I want to know the patient's first name and last name, but instead of saying column first name, column last name, I'm just going to combine them into a column called full name. So I'm going to select patient ID, and that'll be my first column. And then I also want to select, so I'm going to put my here. Right. And then they use this function rtrim to right trim, so it's just going to trim that down to what we want. And then they say here, I'm going to combine first name, and here we start to use our concatenate notation. It's actually really easy in SQL Server. It's just plus. So in here they recommended using space between them, because if you don't, well, you'll see what happens actually. So we'll just add first name and last name, and you'll see what happens. You might be able to guess what's going to happen. What are we doing this from person? Great. So cool. We get some things here. We get something here, which is not quite what we want. Notice how it just mashed these two things together directly because we didn't tell it to put anything in between them. So in this case, we could just say, hey, just add a space. So in quotes, just add literally a blank space, just like that. And here we also have no column name, so I'm going to add a column name. So as, what am I going to call it? Well, let's just call it full name. Let's run that bad boy. Cool, so you notice that we've got a patient ID and now a column that is full name. There's a bunch of other useful functions like upper and lower, because here, you know, we have capitalized first letter and then lowercase every other letter. I work with databases, or I'm sorry, with transactions a lot at my job, and often because we do online transactions, people will put in things like Dennis all in caps and Cruz not in caps, or like some people will put all lowercase and other people will put all caps. So some of those functions are kind of nice, saying just, hey, like I just want things all in uppercase just to kind of clean that data and make it, you know, clear and concise and consistent. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. Feel free to comment and have a great week.